Hey guys, what's up? It's Joey, VA Ralph89 here. There was actually something that there were actually a couple topics I wanted to kind of touch base with you on. That RF&P trip, basically the one that I just had, it was canceled due to car issues, as you know. Basically what happened was the battery terminals were corroded. And also my buddy Nathan Hall plugged in his charger thing for his laptop. Now I don't think that really sucked the battery power down, but I think it probably sucked some of it down, but that plus the combination of the fact that the battery terminals were corroded more than likely had something to do with it. And we probably could have stayed. Luckily the toolies were not far, so they came back and they bought some jumper cables and they rescued us. Now the reason why the trip was cut short was simply because my mom didn't want to try to have her headlights on for a certain period of time, because that we're now daylight saving time, but of course this is before. This was about a week or two before, and she didn't want to run the car headlights for very long if she could help it, for fear of the battery crapping out again. I am going to do another trip on the RF&P fairly soon to kind of pick up where the old trip left off, because even though we got a hell of a lot of good action, we still didn't get to stay as late as we did, so we're going to try to stay all day next time. There are a couple other rail fan trips that I've planned for end of March, beginning the middle of April. I'm not going to say where they are, but I will tell you this: it's going to be the A line as well as the Norfolk District. So that's basically what's going to happen. So I just thought I'd kind of touch base with you with that. The other topic that I have, I was basically, for those of you who don't know, I'm an uncle now because my cousin and his wife had a baby on Valentine's Day. Well, anyway, my mom had a little get-together. She threw a baby shower. And so she wanted my dad and I out. And I had to work today. And basically what happened was I left my car there, and my dad came and picked me up, and we went to ride the Tide, the light rail system. My dad's in a wheelchair, and luckily the Tide actually has wheelchair spots. And he'd never been on the Tide before. And so we went. We did the whole thing round trip, but the thing that I found very interesting was when we got past the Norfolk State University stop, I happened to look over and I saw some metal framework with signal heads attached to it. And I thought that was very unusual. Simply because the signals that are at Harbor Park are really not that old. I mean, I think they're maybe 10 years old, maybe 12 at the most. They're not very old at all. They're definitely less than 15 years old. So I found that very, very surprising, because I actually have a digital picture somewhere in the archives of when a CPL signal actually stood there, the N&W style. But anyway, basically the signal heads, and all these pictures belong to Richard Barnes Jr., so I'm going to give him full credit for this. Right, okay. So here's what the signal looks like now. And like I said, it's not that old. Give me just a second and I'll find the other. I don't actually have pictures of the new signals, but I can show you what the signal heads look like. I just gotta go through here. Just be patient and bear with me for just a second. Okay, I just need to find it. Let's see. Alright. Right, okay. So, as you can see, this is basically what Norfolk Southern has been using standard on their signals for the past few years. It's kind of a inverted half-moon type shape. It's very, very unusual and unique, but I really like the style. Now this is also in South Norfolk with the power move going by, or light engine move, excuse me. But basically, it's going to have that, and then the framework is going to look like... The framework I saw looked like... hold on. Let me get all pictures real quick. Basically, the framework looked a lot like... like that. Like that right there. So basically, these heads... Basically, the signals at Harbor Park are going to look like that. And I think the reason why they're doing that is simply because they're doing... They have triple track at Bridge 5 now. Because the Amtrak station, as you know, is there. And they're planning on running Amtrak service beginning in fall of 2012. Now, for those of you who don't know, most of the NS line is automatic block signaling, which means that it stays green the whole time, and then when the train goes by it'll go to red, and then when it's halfway clear of the block it'll go to yellow, then that signal, and then the next signal will go to yellow, and then it'll go to green, and then to green, and then to green for the other signal, and so on and so forth. Basically, just in a nutshell, how the system works. But it's also unidirectional signaling, meaning that basically Norfolk Southern, if they want to run an eastbound on the westbound track or a westbound on the eastbound track, they have to get special permission from the dispatcher. Now, the only parts, there are CTC signals on the Norfolk district, namely Disputana milepost 68 and Jack milepost 89, or milepost 88, relatively speaking. But other than that, you got some absolutes thrown in there, which is neutral yellow signal, and then red means something's coming from behind the signal, green coming toward it. But most of it, about at least 80% of the Norfolk district is ABS. Well, I take that back, probably 70% of it, because all of the signals in Norfolk are CTC. What I'm thinking is with the Amtraks, and see, they're also talking about adding more intermodal trains to the schedule too, as the port infrastructure goes up. So I'm thinking what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to put new signals in and reconfigure them as CTC. Because if you got a 79-mile-an-hour Amtrak, and then there's, say, a high-priority double-stack train that's coming too, I mean, unless you really know what you're doing, you'd have to probably put one or the other on the other track. So I'm thinking that's what NS is going to do. I don't know this for sure. I mean, I don't want y'all going and spreading rumors or anything, because, I mean, hell if I know. I really don't know. But I think eventually NS is going to realize that they're going to have to do that to run the trains more efficiently. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll find out some way to do it with the ABS, but signaling. But I think really to run it a lot more efficiently, they should do the bi-directional CTC. And I think that's what they're going to end up doing. But as I said, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't work for Norfolk Southern. I don't run the railroad, so I don't know. But that's basically what I saw, and thought it was pretty neat. So anyway, this is Joey, and I'll have some new videos from the RF&P coming soon. Have a good day, y'all.